Starlink's best thing we did.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you all for joining us. We're having a little bit of computer trouble again. Ever since they buried that fiber optic cable that's supposed to be faster, everything has been worse.
Yes.
So we'll go through here and say hello to everybody. We appreciate you all showing up tonight. Hello, Chew.
Hi, Chew. Hi,
Miss
Mary.
Mary. Willie.
Willie.
PA.
PA.
Hello, Jeremy.
Hi, Jeremy.
T and
Hi, T and Ken.
Ken.
Jody.
Mr. Jody Mosby. Yeah, whenever I hit go live, it just sat there circling. And then it said an error, try again. But ever since we've got that fiber optic cable that they swear will be faster, we've had trouble.
I thought you were trying to play with my feet.
No, I was trying to get our charging cord.
Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
Hey,
Hi, Brian. We do have some very special guests.
Yes.
Down below. Without further ado, we're going to bring them up. Everybody, welcome.
Guys, this isn't showing up the color it's supposed to be. I look more bronze
What I do?
than red.
There it goes. Sorry.
There you go.
He dropped us.
Hi, Kat.
Hey, Kat.
Oh, let's see everybody. Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Hi.
Auntie Mama.
Hi, Mama. Thank you for coming in. You can see Miss Risha decided to fix herself up tonight for whatever reason.
It was inspired by the movie Insidious, if you've seen it.
I'm trying to get this.
Thanks, Will.
Hi, Ficus and Toes.
What is going on?
What are you doing?
I am trying to get the live one so I can mod people. That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
If somebody needs to be modded, like I do every week.
Well, mine's being weird too. I don't know.
Hello, Workmans.
There it is. Hi, Workmans.
Yeah, we've been having a little.
Thanks, Auntie Mama.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
Smash that
Smash
thing.
that thing.
Thank you, Jody. So I seen that you were metal detecting the other day. What?
Oh,
Hi, Shannon.
We're attempting
we're
to.
tempting.
Oh.
So it looks like you have a Mind Lab detector. Which one did you get?
It's the Xterra Pro,
I want to try that one.
and it's supposed to be one of the simplest beginner, I mean, I've got one that we got from
Hi,
Amazon.
Jessica.
I don't even know. It's got a name about this long that I can't
Oh,
pronounce. And I mean, it's okay. It goes beep, beep. And so, but I noticed when I took it to the beach, that's all it did was beep. And I could dig down to my elbows and not find a thing. So I'm like, okay, throw that in the car. Nope, I'm done. And then when Grandma Kelly came by, she let me play with her Xterra Pro.
Okay.
And I'm like, this is so simple because she still got it set on factory settings. And so I'm like, let's try that. I'm like, Rick.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I used the pretense that I could have one and he could have one.
Yeah.
So have you ever seen two metal detectors out when we're out?
No.
No.
Sometimes he'll be like, here, I'll let you detect it for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's easier to have one person filming while one person's detecting. And we've been playing with different video styles. I'll set up one phone. I'll set it up for stationary and I'll put mics on us. So I can take that and make it its own like video. And then I do the point of view with my other phone, you know.
Hi, Rachel.
So,
Hi, Rachel. Yeah, that's a good idea.
there's Rachel.
So-
Hi,
Hey,
Rachel.
Rachel.
Hi, Arky. And what?
Uh-oh.
We just lost them for some reason.
Yikes. Where'd they go?
They'll be back. So, real quick, we want to do a couple shout outs. One goes to Jay Don't Play. Check out this new Jay Don't
Miss
Play app.
Jay won it on her channel.
We won that. We also have an Iron Antler Adventures hat.
Both made by the beautiful Jen from the
Yep.
Rusty Magnets.
And they also sent us some of their new stickers. The Rusty Magnets. If you want hats, shirts, cups, anything like that. Hoodies. Hi, Danny boy.
Hey, Danny boy.
What's the other things? We call them sock caps. Everybody else calls them something different. Then be sure to hit up Jen. We also want to shout out.
I want to say I was in somebody's live and
Okay, Rachel.
Megadog 555 was giving out, like he randomly gave out a gym bag, and I said, "Oh man, that's cool." And he's like, "Would you like a bag?" And I said, "Sure." And he got a hold of me because I couldn't find his channel for the life of me, or how to get a hold of him, because he said, "Message me." So he got on my channel and commented on one of my videos and said, "Hey, you want a bag?" And I said, "Sure." So I gave him my address, and he sent all of this great stuff. First time I had ever talked to him. Really awesome guy. So we wanted to give a shout out. Can't wait to they're
We
back.
went, we disappeared.
Yes.
Yes. Well,
My little the genie trick.
Ken Kuzi.
I can't wait to try to pan that.
And he also sent Risha. There's supposed to be a 1/4 gram of gold in this pay dirt.
Big bag.
Big bag.
Really awesome.
So if you haven't
There's
checked,
other two
other two what?
little things.
There's expressions
Well,
of doubt.
I'm showing a little bit at a time. I have to do this in
Cute.
some sort of order.
I don't know.
Barry, it's Ken T.
It's little body part. Oh wow, I didn't even see the arrowhead.
Body parts. Yay.
There's autism.
So he also sent
man.
It's a skelly. Oh my god. Oh, he's so cute.
sent these rings. I can get them on the screen.
This little skelly, I gotta stretch him out because he's kind of curled up, but he's so cute.
And he sent us this
Me and
little
Arky are like so good.
Oh,
arrowhead.
That's cool,
We sent
man.
Rita, not me. I also sent her
Yeah.
silver
A gram of silver.
Gram of
a little
silver.
coin thingy.
and
I don't know. I couldn't see any writing because it's so small, but I can't read it.
this is tiny, so
But-
we don't know if this is actually gold or not.
I don't know.
We'll
but
have to
that's
get a loop or something to
really
try to
awesome.
read it.
Really
So
awesome.
yeah, on the live stream that we were on, he
I
was
can't remember who's live.
I guess this is the gym bag, isn't it?
It is a baby skelly. I love it.
Yeah, this is the gym bag that he was going to send, but he sent all that stuff to her
Yeah.
for free because she mentioned in that live that she would like to have a gym bag. And
Yeah.
then it was what, a month or
really
so because she couldn't figure out how to get a hold of him. And he sent that whole bag of stuff.
You dropped something.
What did I drop?
Don't you drop my goodies.
Well, there must be a hole in your bag.
Yeah,
Find it.
punk. What you doing?
What the heck? Trying
Oh,
to steal my silver, probably.
the arrowhead fell out.
Oh,
He was trying to keep that for himself. That's what it was.
I bet.
Mhm.
But that was so nice to him. And we do appreciate that. I don't know that we've seen him in our live, but hi, Ken.
Hey, Ken,
Mega Dog, if you're listening, thank you so much. We do
Yeah.
appreciate that.
that was a lot. I
Yeah.
thanked him on the comments on my channel and told him that was amazing and I really appreciate it.
Hi, Expressions.
I should have, Mary.
Yeah, Willie, that was quite a swag bag. Like I said, if you're looking for hats, shirts, beanies, hoodies, she's even made socks,
Yep.
stickers.
It's
Get a hold of Jen.
Oh, good grief. Y'all.
Yes, it was, Mama. So I was going to
Hey, Expressions.
suggest to you, like I do a lot of people that's just starting out metal detecting.
Hi, Joseph.
Hi, Joseph. I mean, Risha and I are a long ways from being
Yeah.
any kind of a pro at metal detecting. We find a lot of stuff, but we spend a lot of hours. But
Yeah.
you can go to a spot in your house or outside, take a laundry basket, turn it upside down, put you a penny on there, run your detector over it, and listen to that tone. I used to go by VDI only. Now I'll be looking everywhere when I'm out detecting until I hear a tone. And when I hear a good tone, then I'll look at the VDI, and I've done it enough that a lot of times I can say, oh, that's can slaw, or that's this, or that's that. But you listen to that tone, then put you a nickel on there, a dime, a quarter. If you have a silver dollar or a silver dime or a silver quarter, put that on there, run your detector over it, listen to that tone, then look at the VDI, and that will help you somewhat on
I can't reach back.
I metal detect because I'm a pro at fishing. I wish I was a pro at fishing. I
You're a
don't
pro at being a punk, baby. It's
I,
okay.
I don't get to do enough fishing the way it is.
Oh, that's one of our goals next year is to get the boat out, and we got to put a propeller on it to get our boat out and do some more fishing. And I miss being on the water. I mean, that's
yeah.
And then when I get to Florida this winter, this old girl's going to get her fishing license, and I am going to take my camera with me, and I'm just going to hit the waters.
Yep.
I don't blame you. When we were in Wisconsin this year, I told her, I said, I want to catch a fish in Wisconsin. I really wanted to catch a yellow perch, but by the time we got up there, they'd already moved on out into the lake. And it just so happened the weekend that went fishing was free fishing weekend up there. And I did catch
Hi, Ann.
hi, Ann. Hi, Brian, Tri Valley. We call them drum. I think they call them a sheephead or something up there. We call them freshwater drum down here. And I caught a walleye, and it was drizzling rain, and me and Clay spent 6, 7, 8 hours out there fishing, just relaxing, having a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with the blonde one there with Kat. That is excellent. We need to spend time getting different sounds
Yeah.
and just, but right now we dig anything and everything. Anything that sounds like a halfway decent that I can get to repeat, we'll dig it.
That's good.
Sometimes we'll get
Yeah.
a hole that has absolutely nothing in it.
We got a
Yeah.
lot of rock.
Oh man, we have rocks and
everywhere.
roots.
Everywhere.
We grown.
Yeah, we grow rocks here.
Yeah.
Do you have a pinpointer yet?
Yeah, they got
Yes.
Cool.
We've got a generic one from Amazon, and then digging it back gave me a Garrett carrot. Yeah, Garrett.
Awesome. Yeah.
And he loves that one. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so,
They're awesome.
but yeah, we get out there, and I mean, it's like we'll take and we'll, like I said, my biggest thing is to get and I'm trying to tell him, if you can get it to repeat, then you pretty much know where you've located it,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And so we'll do like the little cross over it, back and forth, up and down, and And then I'm learning to watch the little thing on the video where, lines will meet up. I don't know all the technical terms, okay?
Hi, grumpy feller.
So sometimes, like I said, we'll do all of that. We'll get the pinpointer out. It'll say nothing. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's deeper than what the pinpointer can pick up. We'll dig a hole and there'll be nothing there. I honestly think that we have kleptomaniac golfers.
Oh,
That's what it is. The
Yeah.
gophers are stealing it as we're digging
Man.
for it.
maybe.
Yeah, there's sometimes your detector is going to pick stuff up that isn't really there. Hi, firefighter.
Hey, firefighter.
Firefighter detecting.
Yeah.
I
That's what
mean,
we
a
got.
lot of people
Yeah.
say dig everything, ever repeatable, dig ever repeatable. We do to an extent, but whenever I'm going over that and I'm getting a good signal and I look at my BDI and it's say 72, 89,
12.
12, and it's jumping
Yeah.
radically, I just go on. I leave it. But if it's
Mhm.
reading, say 2021 and it's staying right in there one way or the other within 3 numbers, pretty close, I'll dig it.
And sometimes
That's
I do
good
anyway
advice.
with the
Yeah.
manicord. Sometimes it's something laying right together, or like there's a nail on top of a dime or something, and
Well,
it's trying to pull it off.
I don't know about other detectors because we started off with the Vanquish 540, then I got the Knox 800, and we used those 2 detectors for quite a while. And then she told me I couldn't go anymore because I could look her in the eye when I get a signal and tell her exactly what it was, and I dig it 99% of the time. I was dead on what it was.
Hence
we
the
got
nickname Punk.
Then we got the Manicores, and now I don't know about the machine you got. I mean, other machines may be this way. I'm sure they are if I used one enough.
There.
Yeah.
EMF. Okay.
Detectors to shatter something.
Yeah, they chatter. Where we were detecting at, like this last video, there's like an old gas line that runs near there. But we live in a holler that's called, it was formerly named Sulphur Spring Road. There's a lot of iron in the ground. I mean, to the point to where our water's even red,
Yeah.
So sometimes we'll be digging and I'll find a lot of that reddish coloring. And I wonder sometimes if that could be throwing off the detector some,
Mhm.
It could be.
I thought to myself, well, even if it don't, it sounds like a good excuse, right? A bad excuse is better than no excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've
No.
noticed. I don't know.
Oh.
I've noticed with the Manicores when she said, yeah, if the number jumps, she digs it a lot of times, and so do I. But with the Manicore, you have the little ferrous line and non-ferrous. So it will show you 2 different
Hi,
dots.
Rachel.
Night, Rachel. Thanks for coming in. It will show you 2 different things on the screen.
Hey,
So
Backroad.
okay, I've got 2 different targets here. One of them down here is possible coin. One of them is possible trash. So you dig it, and we've dug out 5, 6, 7 nails and pull a coin out in with the nails, because it will separate all that. And that's when your VDI is jumping around and your tone is jumping around.
Yeah. One of my, like I said, the last one we just hit like the end of our yard. Where our property is, there actually used to be 2 houses and 2 trailers. So, we just kind of pick a spot in the yard and see what was around that trailer or house seat or whatever. But our favorite place to detect is our old family farm up at Uncle Orville's up there.
Yeah.
It's been in the family for generations. I mean, at one point in time, they owned the whole head of this holler, And so now, like, Uncle Orville still has he said, 100 and some acres back there.
Yeah.
And then he was home this summer. He was telling us where other old home sites were, but also on the property where we knew of where 2 house seats were. And he told us where another home seat was, and where the old barn used to be, they've got one on there now, but he knows where the old one was. And when we dig up there, we'll find, of course, around the house that was tore down and everything, we find a lot of nails and stuff like that. But out in the bottoms, we're finding a bunch of the relics. I have an old cap gun, part of an old cap gun. And I was telling my uncle about it, and he described the old cap guns that him and his brother used to have. And my Uncle Orville's what, in his 80s?
Yeah.
You know? And he described the copper colored Texas, whatever it was that we found. So I took it over to him, and he's like, I remember when I busted this handle, you know? So, I mean, you know, so stuff like that, it's pulling out history, but it's pulling out my family history.
Yeah.
You know? And so we love going over there digging. We found some really neat little items over in there.
Yeah.
The axe head, the double head.
Double axe head.
Yeah. And
Well, everybody's got their own, I guess, favorite spots they want to hit when they go to like a home, an older home or home site. Probably the first place I'm going to head is the clothesline.
Yeah.
things falling out of pockets and
And then the front porch,
Like-
where people walk down the steps. And if there's any big trees where there was a possible swing in it at one point in time, I mean, you can find stuff anywhere in the yard.
Yeah.
But I'm going to look for the clothesline. I'm going to look for the front porch, the back porch, anywhere there's steps where they went down. Hey, Brian,
Hey, Brian.
anywhere where there could have been a swing where the kids were.
Okay. Ken and T.
I was going for it
Ken's in the
insidious,
early.
but it kind of looks
That's
like
his wife,
Darth
T.
Maul, too.
Oh, okay.
I like I said, at the home place up there, I try to hit the outskirts where the kids would play. And there's a place between one house seat and the old barn that I'm waiting for cooler weather because of snakes and stuff like that. But there's nothing but like big boulders. And what do kids love to climb on?
Yep.
You know? So I want to get into there and check that out. But I have to be careful because if you've seen the one, we did have a visitor come out on us on the last video we did up there.
Oh,
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was about 300 pounds.
About 300-400 pounds.
Yeah, black and furry.
ooh. I want to give a
And
shout
we
out.
weren't-
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I want to give a shout out to my favorite kindergartner. He's watching. I love you.
That's
Can't wait to
so
see you
sweet.
Friday.
We weren't what, 10, 11 feet from the edge of the hill.
Yeah.
And I
Then
kept telling him, and if you'll notice on the film, I keep saying, I hear something
yeah.
right over in there.
There's something over there.
And he's like, oh, it's probably a deer, whatever. I said, are usually more quiet. Anybody that hunts know that a squirrel will make more noise in the woods than a deer will.
Yep.
9 out of 10 times. Okay. So if I could hear it, I knew it wasn't. I thought, well, it could be the baby deers running and playing, But I'm keeping an eye while he's digging, and I've got the camera, and I'm doing like this and like this,
Yeah.
And so we were on that Mag.
Hey, Mag.
We had moved away from that area because I was uncomfortable. I mean, I really was. And I think you were digging again, and I kept saying, I hear something again. And I could tell that before it was like over in this area, now it's down in this area. I'm like, that's it. I'm calling it. We're going home. We're like, okay. So
Then I told her to set the camera up in the opening area.
yeah, like just set the camera up over there.
We'll sit in the side by side and see what happens.
And sure enough, out walks this big old black bear.
Who would think that?
And I'm like, Holy bleep!
Hi, Bucky, Joseph, Hunter. Thanks for coming in.
I need some aloe vera.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
like
I saw that.
I told Grandma Kelly, I said, yeah, I mean, I feel comfortable up there. I'll go up there and I can detect while he's at work. And now I think I'll wait. Because I can't outrun a bear, but I can outrun him.
Yeah, sure. Just use me for bait.
Yeah.
Right?
Most likely the bear is more scared of you than you are of it.
Yeah, because
No
it just
time it would
looked at
bother
us.
you as it
It just looked
it
at
had
us and
babies.
just
went on.
Yeah, that's what I kept looking for. Did it have babies? Did it have babies? You know. But it did. We hollered, he hollered bear.
yeah, we hollered bear.
And
It stopped.
It stopped.
It
It just turned and looked at us like,
and
what? And just
then kept on going.
Yeah, that would be cool though.
I'll be right back.
See, I would soak all that in if I got
Oh,
to see
yeah,
a bear come
we-
out.
Bite you.
I
we
would
got
rather
it
run
all
into a
on
bear
videos.
than a mountain lion.
those have been spotted around here too.
Yeah, her and Brittany both have seen a mountain lion here, but I've never seen one.
Yeah.
It's jumped
Well,
across our
I've lived up
driveway
this-
both times.
I've lived up here 50 plus years, and that's the only second bear I've seen. And and I'm like, I know they're here, and I've been stalked by panthers, and I know they're here, but just running into them is a different story. Especially with
when
the
I
outdoors.
was a kid, my mom and dad was coming down the driveway, and my dad had been pestering my mom, and she looked up in the little timber on the left. She said, "There's a bear over there." Dad refused to look because he wasn't going to get fooled by her. So they get on down to the house. A little while later, they went to bed, and they used to listen to a scanner. Next thing you know, they're all talking about this bear. Everybody's spotting this bear. And me and him got in the truck and we hit the back roads trying to see it. And we never did see it. But the next morning, we went to our back pond, and there was fresh bear tracks all around the pond. And Mom said, "See, I told you I saw a bear. You should have listened to me."
Yeah, that's
And then
what
the
we
town
did.
about 5 miles from us, there was a black bear in a tree in town there about 6 months ago.
Oh, wow. So that's what we did after the bear kind of moseyed on up. We call it the road to where the old farm is. We got on the side by side and went around. I was going to try to find it. But it just it was gone. It either laid down somewhere or it just picked up its pace and ran out of there because we tried our best to catch up with it.
Hi, Charlie.
Here's Miss Charlie.
It might have, or it might have just laid down somewhere.
That's
It was
what
a
I
little
figured.
hurry
It
to
got
get away from you. It wasn't
Yeah.
scared.
No, it weren't scared. It just
Then they seen one last week down mouth of the holler somewhere.
mhm.
They
Yeah.
seen them.
See, the bad part about it is we live
Thank you,
near
Brian.
Eastland Lake, which is Army Corps of Engineer property. And so they want to repopulate some of the stuff in the areas. They're bringing in the bear, they're bringing in timber rattlers. And we're like, people, we're trying to get rid of this stuff out of our yards, and they're bringing them in. Well, I wouldn't care them putting them at the lake, but they don't stay at the lake, And
Yeah, they restocked elk here in Missouri down towards the Boot Hill. I guess they're doing okay down there. They brought back a bunch of the river otters, and they just destroyed a lot of ponds and stuff because an otter, even if it's full, it can't help but chase a fish if it sees it, and they get the biggest ones first.
yeah.
And they'll just destroy a small pond or something like that.
Well, over
We
here
got
at the
plenty
lake,
of timber rattlers.
I've been fishing over there all my life. Never saw a beaver. Never dreamed of a beaver being in this area. And within the last, what, 5 years or so?
Yeah.
We're seeing beaver dams and beavers over there. And it's like, you know, we put up with enough flooding in the areas. We don't need beavers damming everything up.
We got a small creek here about 3/4 of a mile from the house. And every little deep hole of water, there's beavers in it.
Which
They,
this little
they
creek
travel
it
to
probably
find
wouldn't
them.
be bad.
No.
You know, we'd be thankful for the when we because right now this creek is empty. I
Yeah.
mean,
It's bone
Yeah.
dry.
yeah.
Well, about a mile and probably a mile and a half from the house, it's called Spring River. It comes up out of the middle of a field. And it runs from here all the way down into Oklahoma. And
Wow.
it runs into a lake down there, and it gets bigger. The farther it goes, the bigger and wider it gets. But we have a lot of trout right by me.
The only trout we get's when they stock it once or twice a year.
Yeah.
You know. So
Yeah, we have this creek by the house has trout. There's one about, well, there's two about 15 to 20 miles away that's full of trout. We have a lot of, I don't know about your water up there, but we have a lot of creeks. The water can be 10 feet deep, and you can look at the gravel in the bottom of it. They're crystal clear.
around here, we're lucky if we can find water in a creek. I mean, we actually did a video. We were looking for places to magnet fish.
Yeah, there ain't nowhere.
And we literally drove from here to Huntington's, an hour and a half away, to different spots trying to find a bridge that we could magnet fish off of. And there was no water.
Wow.
And I mean,
Night, Joseph.
Good night, Joseph. I mean, if there was water, it wasn't very deep. And if you can see the bottom, you can see there ain't nothing in it, you know.
The river, you can almost walk across the river.
Yeah. Our river is literally, and I've even told Rick, I said, I've thought about just going and walking the river, just drag the river, you know.
Yeah.
But then you'll get those holes, you know. You may be ankle deep 1 minute and waist deep the next, you know.
Well, that's the way with this little creek here by us. Like I said, it's so clear. You can be walking along and you look and you're like, oh, that looks about 2 foot deep. Next thing you know, you're in 10 foot of water because it's so clear. And it's cold too.
Well, this one is not clear. But now the Greenbrier River, it's a place I used to go with my dad and them. We go up there and go fishing. It's like that. It is crystal clear. You know, on good days, of course, it's going to rain and, you know, but on the average, it is crystal clear and it looks like it may be 4 feet deep, you know, and we'll be out through there wade fishing. And I can remember I was so little that Dad would take a rope and tie it to his belt and tie it to my waist. And I'm thinking, like, I'm going to run away, you know? I mean, I'm in a creek and I'm fishing. But all of a sudden, I'd hit a hole of water and he'd grab that rope, jerk me back up. You know? On down the river we'd go.
There's a place up by where my dad and I go camping. It's called Clear Creek. And you can't see 2 inches in that water. It's that dirty. And there's a lot of sulfur up around there too. But yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, we have rivers that's not super clear, but we got some that's crystal clear too.
Yeah.
So are you guys all ready for next June?
I'm getting anxious.
We are excited. I mean,
It's
That
going to
is-
be fun.
oh gosh. I said, I was telling, who was I talking to the other? It was on our live last night. I think it was maybe. I'm worried about getting you two together. I have a feeling me and Risha is going to have to go. Bye, guys.
Oh yeah, that's why I got a 4-door truck. That may me and Rick, Clay and Ken and Bucky and everybody else can just load up and go.
Night, Joseph.
It's like I got GPS. I'm good to go. You boys just go have your fun.
Yeah, T said we can't wait. You know, it's hard to believe just how much fun it is, and not just the magnet fishing or the metal detecting. It just the hanging out with each other and visiting and telling
friends, yes.
stories and laughing and joking, and it's just a great time. And it's,
Yeah.
I know you talked about a while back, you guys are a little nervous about meeting everybody. There's no need to be nervous, because it's just like when you get around everybody, it's going to be like you've known them your entire life. You're not going to see a stranger there. It's going to be everybody hugging everybody and laughing and just having a great time.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we have done a couple of YouTube meetups with the van life community that we also are associated with. But this one, we're really, especially him. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. He likes going to the other ones and he liked meeting some of those people.
Yeah.
But to look forward and be excited about one, this is the one he's excited for.
Awesome.
You know. And I said, I have to thank you two for giving us something that we can do together and enjoy doing together. And it has opened us up to such a great community that I can call friends and family, and, you know, and it's
We
just,
went to Wisconsin the first time. When we left Wisconsin, Clay was actually crying. And I told him, I said, you know, we came here as friends and we left as family. And that's exactly how it is.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable how much fun we have.
yeah.
Nobody.
You'll see when we get together, you'll see I am the worst YouTuber. I am the worst content creator, because like if we're magnet fishing stuff, I'll film some stuff. But after the events, you know, when it's just us hanging out, forget it. The camera's gone. We're just being friends, you know. And because I'm like, I invest in the people, you know. I like to get to know the people. I like to hang out with the people. When I say that I'm going to go hang out with Risha and Beard, you know, it's not to get content. It's just to be around good people.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And that's the way I am. There's a time, place and time for everything. There's the business side of me. Yeah, I've got to get footage. I got to get this. I got to get that.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to what I call our private time, we're just friends. We're just hanging out, you know.
Yeah.
And some things you don't want on camera.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, you may have heard this story before, but we were in our hotel. In fact, when we pulled into the hotel, I seen somebody unloading like, I don't know, 60 pieces of luggage. And I didn't pay no attention. So we get in our room, get our stuff in there, and she said we need some more towels. So I went to get some towels, and this man and woman walked up to me, and they're talking to me. And when you don't see a face to go with these names in here,
yeah,
you really don't know who it is, you know. And
Yeah.
in me anyway, in my mind, whenever I see somebody or I see them on Facebook or whatever, when there's not a picture of them, you get in your mind a picture of what this person looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I was so wrong on what the people looked like. So they come up, they're talking to me, and then he said, "You know who I am?" And I said, "I don't have a clue." And he said, "Well, I call her the blonde one." So I knew immediately it was Kat and Jody, but I didn't have a clue until that point in time. So I gave them both a hug, and I went back to the room. We were getting ready to leave, and they told me what room they're in. So I told Risha, I said, "I bet you won't knock on this door over here." Well, she thought it was Willie because he was in the same hotel, but he was on the second floor and we were on the ground floor. So she said, "I'll knock on it." So she's expecting it to be Willie. She knocks on the door and they open the door up, and she's standing there looking at me like, okay. And I'm behind her snickering because I already knew who it was. And So she's like, hi. And they're like, hi. And then she's trying to figure out who they are. And I think Kat said, I'm the blonde one. Then zoom through the door she went, hugging Kat, hugging Jody. But yeah, I didn't have a clue who they were. Because I'd never seen them face to face before. Now, if you got somebody on live like this, when I see you guys, I know who you are. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's what
Jody snuck up on me too. When we first met Ann, she showed up at Clay and Jen's house, and we're all like, "Who's this lady?"
She's just coming up there.
Yeah, she just come up through there.
And Jen's like, what's she doing?
Yeah, who is this? Who's this lady? Because we never seen
there
Ann's face, so we didn't know. And as soon as she said, "I'm Ann Mudd," we're like, "Oh!" And then we're all hugging her, and it's just crazy.
Yeah. I said, for us old people, we'll have to start putting name tags on everybody so we can pretend that we remember your name.
Yeah,
See, that's like, I'm just now learning that the blonde one, her name's Kat. Jody is Arky, because I'm just so used to calling everybody by their channel name.
Yeah.
So, and there's some that I'll still do that. Probably when I see them, I'll still call them Odie and Odie. Yeah, the blonde one and Arky. And so it's habit too. And so I don't take it as that I'm not trying to remember your name. Sometimes it's just a term of endearment,
Yeah.
And
trying to remember what live it was and who we had up, or we was on their live. I can't remember. And somebody asked him what my name was, and they're like, "It's Beard."
It was Dawn, but that was in Wisconsin. I thought.
No, it happened on the live
It
too.
did. Okay.
But they're like, "Yeah, your name's his name's Beard." They said his name's not Beard, and they're confused. There was two people that thought my name was actually Beard.
Yeah.
And I said, "I tell you my name at the beginning of every video that I do, every full-length video." And they're like, but his name's Beard.
it's like, when I talk about Beard and Risha, he looks at me, I'm like, okay, it's James and Risha, but we call him Beard. You'll know why when you see him,
Lay down, Kane.
So
Oh yeah.
Still think first meet, yeah.
Sorry.
I am just so I'm excited. And a lot of my excitement comes because he's excited. Usually he's like, all right, I'll do what you say, dear. But but he's really excited. I was going to tell you the story. We went to M21 or M22. We went, right?
22.
In 22, yeah. It's the Michigan meetup for YouTubers, for van lifers and stuff. We went up there and we're all sitting around the fire one night and we're all talking, and there's these two ladies and we've been up there 2 or 3 days. And it's like, I don't know these people. And everybody's like, we don't either. And I'm like, what? Like, well, somebody go find out who these people are. They were people that were just camping out in the campgrounds. And I said, you all are just so fun to be around. We just thought we'd come join you. I said, well, come on over. Just have a blast,
Yep. Dang it. I don't know what I
did you do?
I don't know. I just messed something up.
Sir.
Punk. Yeah, Rick's been called that a few times now, too.
Jody's first meeting with Jen was hilarious. So we're out magnet fishing at this place, and Jen had to go to the bathroom. So she gets over by these bushes, and she doesn't realize that there's windows in this building where everybody has their lunch when she goes to the bathroom. A little bit later, Kat and Jody pulled up, and she's freaking out because she thought he was an undercover officer coming to arrest her or write her a ticket.
Black car.
Yeah.
And I was like, Jen, come here. This guy wants to talk to you. And she's like, what?
Hey.
What does he want?
Yeah.
Lay down.
Yeah, so he had her freaked out for a bit there. And
Yeah.
Clay's like, who is that? I said, well, go find out, Clay. I wasn't about to tell him who it was.
He's either about to go to the bathroom or he's already gone to the bathroom.
Go wake up.
Yeah, Rick's going to check on one of the dogs.
I think they've kind of narrowed. There's that hillbilly coming out.
You've been watching too much Gunsmoke, Festus.
Oh, we can bring the hillbilly out. We can bring the hillbilly out now, boy.
I used to talk a lot of hillbilly, and she'd be like, I don't even know what you just said. She's a city girl.
I was.
How the mail we got today?
She grew up in a pretty big town, and when we got together and she first come out here to where I live, she's like, I don't know, but now she's like, I couldn't live anywhere else.
Yeah.
I converted her to a country girl.
Well, see, Rick, he says, he lived on a farm. He lived up in Pennsylvania. And of course, anybody who watches our videos, you see we went up there recently. That is not country, Rick. I mean,
Firefighter.
Yeah.
I'm going to show firefighter. We got your package today. I was at the post office today.
Oh, cool.
It was awesome. That's what Rick went to find it. So when he moved down here, he's like, what? And people were teasing. As soon as he'd open his mouth, he said, they look at him and say, you're not from around here, are you? All right,
When
Rick.
we were in Wisconsin, they were like, you guys aren't from around here. I said, no, we're not.
Yeah.
But me and one of my cousins, I forget, I had somebody with me one day, and I went over to my cousin's house, and we're sitting there talking. They're just looking at us. They're like, I have no idea what you guys are saying.
What are you saying?
I said, are we talking too much hillbilly for you? I said, yeah, because I don't have a clue.
In the car, maybe.
That's what I said. I teased and I said it should be designated on a job application and stuff that I speak Appalachian American,
Yeah.
And they're like, what's Appalachian American? I said, it's country talk.
Well, me and her have disputes on how we say certain words
Yeah, got that right.
because,
Probably the same words.
an oak tree has acorns on it. Risha says they're acorns. I said, they're not acorn, they're acorns.
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 And I guess you go to the water to go get water out of the creek too, huh?
Heck yeah. Or the hydrant.
Rick would say something about the creek. I'm like, something wrong with your neck? You keep talking about the creek. I was like, you talking about the creek in your neck? He said, no, the one out there with the water in it. I said, oh, the creek.
And we'll be going down the road and there'll be, a depression between the hills. And Risa's like, so what is that? And I'll say, oh, that's a draw, or that's a ravine, or that's a holler. And she's like, what's the difference? She's like, what's the difference? I said, the size makes a difference on whether it's a holler, a ravine, or a draw. She's like, I just can't win with you.
And you wash your clothes.
Yep. That's what my mom always said, wash.
Yep.
Wash.
She never said wash. And then when my dad comes over sometimes, he'll say, have you et yet? And Reese is like, what? Have you et yet? She says, what's et? I said, have you eaten anything yet?
Oh yeah, we've done a few of those things. What were some of the other ones? Oh, he burns me big time when I talk about the tires on my car.
Yeah, tar. They're tires.
Eh,
They're tires.
And he
Tires
said-
is what you
he
put on
said-
the roof.
he says, I guess you want me to go out there and build a fire too.
Yeah, fire. It's a fire.
Yep. Like over yonder.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Down
over
yonder.
there.
yeah. What was that one that you say it all the time and it gets to me and I can't remember now? Oh, Oh, shoot. It's a little slang that they do up there when they would talk. And I'm like, would you please drop that? It's driving me crazy. And I can't remember what it was. Oh,
I think it was
Ewans.
20
Ewans.
Yeah.
Ewans.
And
Y'all.
Ewans.
on.
That's why I'm used to y'all. He's a Ewans.
Hey, Ewan, go here.
You say on, instead of on. Like
On?
on top, you say on.
On.
You're never on time.
On.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a W in it. It's just O-N.
We have a debate over how you say the word.
Pecan.
No, it's a pecan. A pecan's in there in the restroom.
Yeah. You
Anyway.
want to peek again?
Peek again.
I say Munster, and she tells me I'm wrong. She said it's Monster.
There was a show called The Munsters.
The
But
monsters.
Munsters.
The monsters.
No, the show was called Munsters with a U.
Yeah.
The U-N.
Yeah.
And monsters is what comes get you at night.
Now, see, here's my argument to that point. They start with M-O-N, Munster and Monday. You don't say Monday, you say Monday.
Monday, yeah.
So Monday, Munster. What's
Yeah.
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 Jody eat?
Yeah.
Y'all eat yet? Nah.
Tell them about Dad saying yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I was like, what? What is that?
Oh, my grandmother was bad for those, you know.
I haven't seen him yet, Mary.
No.
He might be hiding out. He don't show
He
up
might be
much over here anymore.
Oh
He
gosh.
don't love us anymore, Mary.
You don't love us.
And I get tickled, you know, we like the words fixing to. I'm getting
Yeah.
I'm, you know, fixing to go somewhere. And they're like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, excuse me. I'm getting ready to go to this store. You know? And so yeah.
What is it that you say wrong?
I know how to say
Risha's like, I never say nothing wrong.
Yeah. She's throwing out the punk word again.
know that word.
All I see is white teeth.
Hey, I didn't bat my eyes at some dude and get sent a whole bag full of stuff.
Got my
I gotta learn how to do that. Oh crap, I got glasses. You couldn't see if I was batting my eyes anyway.
She come home one day and she said, I got pulled over. I said, you get a ticket? No, he was really nice. I said, yeah.
didn't do nothing.
I'm like, what did you do to get out of this ticket?
Nothing. I did come home with a
Nothing.
today given to me.
I'm sorry, officer.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, she
I was in a
went.
thrift store.
Yeah, she went to the thrift store and some guy that works there gave her a silver ring.
Yep.
Are you engaged or what's
No.
up with that?
He asked to look at it, and he
And
said, "You can have it." I was
she's
like,
like,
"Okay."
I don't flirt. We can go to yard sale. If there's a guy running the yard sale,
I am the most awkward human being
yeah.
socially there ever was.
And they made like $5. Would you take 2 for this? So, yeah, I'll take 2 for it.
Never ever pay full price at a yard sale. Never.
socially awkward. So I don't believe that I flirt.
Oh, you flirt.
Thank you, Kat. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't flirt. Like she said, you get awkward, so your voice does kind of change.
If
It's
you
like,
don't,
I hate
if
to
you don't
ask,
flirt, if you don't flirt, I don't flirt.
You're like
but
the biggest flirt I've ever met.
Rick's like, I don't flirt.
I used to work with this lady, and she had a little bit of a speech impediment. Really nice lady. I'd flirted with her all the time, give her a hard time, and she said, "I ever see your wife, I'm going to tell her." Well, we run into her in Walmart. And I introduced him, and I said, "Were you going to tell my wife something?" And her face starts getting red. No, you're going to tell her I'm a flirt. A big flirt. She said, I know he's a big flirt. I already knew that. Well, she walks off, and Reese's like, "Well, how come you only flirt with the pretty girls?" I said, "Why waste time with the ugly ones?"
Because Risha, if he flirts with the ugly ones, they'll take a liking to that and they'll follow him around.
Yeah, he's had a few do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has.
Yeah, I have to be careful.
That's right, Kat.
I've got pretty good at figuring out really fast if it's somebody you can joke with or somebody you can't, because some of them take it really serious.
One of them was almost on stalker level.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Yeah. Hated my guts and never met me.
See, that's what I get so tickled about. Now, Rick does have a jealous streak. And knowing his background, I see why he has a jealous streak. But after 24 years, I think he's kind of figured out, I ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Even when I die, I'm going to come back and haunt him.
Yeah.
You know? But me, I don't really have a jealous bone in my body.
Yeah.
But now, there was a time we were at an establishment, and this woman couldn't sit on her on her stool. And she was all over Rick like white on rice.
Whoa.
I mean, let me tell you. And he was just like, he's trying to defend himself, trying to back away. And she just would not take no for an answer. So I just get right up in her face. I said, "Let me tell you something. That's my man." About that time, she went thump off back to that chair. I'm like, "Rick, don't worry about it. She couldn't follow you out of the bar if she had to."
We love you too, Kat. I get in trouble in restaurants. I can be sitting there. They'll come up and take our order, and then they'll come back and ask me if I need a refill or
And I'm
anything else.
sitting here, empty glass. I'm like, oh, I'm just invisible.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And she just gets madder and madder, and she gets mad at me. I'm not doing nothing, so I have to tell the waitress if she wants a refill.
Yeah.
Mary said that 20 years. After 20 years,
I'm really Selma.
Selma. Good luck, Mary.
Yeah. I used to tell Rick I'd trade him in, but he's actually got to where I actually like the old boy.
Yeah.
Butterflies are the worst. Yeah. I do have another story, and her ex-friends all thought it was hilarious. So we're floating down the river on the kayak trip, and there's this girl, probably 18, 19 years old. The bathing suit she had on didn't just cover very much. And
I think it was a thong.
It was a thong. So she was redheaded, freckled, and we're floating along, and she's on a tube with her derriere up in the air as we float by. Of course, Smarty here, "There you go, babe, there you go." And I'm just trying to enjoy my day.
Mm-hmm.
So we go on down and we stop for a little break, and we're eating a snack and stuff. Next thing I know, for like 4 or 5 miles on this float, she's in an inner tube. She's right beside me, floating, and her and all the rest of them's back there just cackling and hollering and just agging it on. And when we would go around a bend and it was really swift, and if there was a gravel bar there, she would grab her tube, run down the gravel bar
Catch up with him.
to catch up with me and jump back in the water. "Hi, Cal." And they harassed me about that the whole time. And I said, "Well, I'm just going to look at it this way. If I got a 20-year-old girl chasing me down the creek for 5 miles, I take that as a compliment."
I guess you got
Yeah.
I always said, and I'm sorry if it sounds kind of rude and crude, maybe sociably unacceptable, I don't know. But I always tell people, I don't care who starts his engine, because I know where he parks the car.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
But she has the same thing happen to her. We were at a casino one night, and we were playing roulette because she loves roulette. She was winning a little bit. I wasn't having any luck. So I said, I'm going to go hit a couple slots. I come back, and there's this elderly gentleman there just flirting up a storm with her. Yeah. And
You're a big Texan. Big Texans usually have big wallets.
Bucky, I got witnesses. You can ask Risha. It was like sometimes me to her away right there looking at me.
Yeah, he knows because he was watching it, Bucky.
Well, what was I
He
supposed
didn't
to do?
miss it.
What was I supposed to do?
You all were good.
So I go hit a couple of slots and I win a little bit and I walk back over. And as I'm walking up, this guy's just flirting up a storm with her. And she gives me that eye like
he's walking to me and I'm like,
yeah, like get back, go away. So I knew what she was doing. So I stand behind him and they get ready to put the chips down. And he said, sweetheart, are you going to put any down this time? And she said, IBC, no, not this time. So he puts chips out on the table. Now, honey, those are yours. So if that hits, that's your money.
You go, girl.
And it lands on that. And he just she gets the chips. He's sliding the money over to her. So I just take my happy honey on over and I go back to play.
Like you bring home the money, honey.
Yeah. Like you say, I know who she's going home with. So if you want to keep giving her money, I'll take it. But we did about have a brawl in the casino one night. We're sitting there in these big high back chair games, and I'm playing and I hit a bonus and I feel my chair move, and I thought she had her arm on the back of my chair. And I hear this voice, oh my God, you hit the bonus. Oh, I'm smart enough not to look back. I'm staring at the screen, and this gal is just going wild over me in this bonus.
I was just laid back on another machine, just watching the show.
For a little bit.
Yeah.
For a little bit. And then I kind of looked to the left where she was at, and I could see the steam coming up.
When she started leaning on the chair, and I thought she was going to get in your lap.
Yeah. And Risha's like, oh, that's a good hit, honey. Then I felt the present sleeve.
Yeah.
I couldn't to this day tell you what she looks like because I wasn't looking back. I knew better.
Should I tell about the night we were?
We
down
have
at
fun
Salt
times,
Lake
though.
Bar,
Oh,
and that girl.
We're really not.
Got a kiss.
oh yeah.
We're really not jealous people.
Like I said, I'm not, because I look at like everybody's a free person, you know. He can make up his own mind. Me being jealous, if he wants to leave, let him leave, you know. But I mean, that's just me. But we were at an establishment one night. We have some friends that play music, and we was there listening, and they make the best pineapple upside down drinks. But there was this one girl, she was all over Rick. I mean, to the point he's giving me this help me look, you know, and I'm over just laughing, you know. I'm thinking, okay, big boy, get yourself out of this one.
Yeah, exactly.
And so then he's like, okay, it's time for me to go home. She weren't going to let him go home without her.
Oh my.
And so I'm like, okay, it's time to, you know, put an end to this.
Yeah.
He's not leaving here until I get a kiss. I'm like, lady, you know, excuse me. I said, by the time I get done with you, you ain't going to have no teeth or lips left to kiss. She's like, well, you heard me. He's not leaving here till I get a kiss. So she got a kiss. Weren't from him. Never saw the woman again in my life.
Jody, she was in backhand distance. I knew better than to look back because she would have just what? I knew better. We were at a casino one night.
Like, baby, I can't believe you done that. I said, well, she she got her wish.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. But there wasn't hardly anybody there, and these rows were really long, and so I'm on one end, on one side, Risha's on the other.
Hey, John.
Hi, Worm.
Oh, it's Britt. Okay.
And homie.
I'm a crazy psycho wife, and I wear it like a badge, and that's the truth.
So there's this lady sitting way down at the other end, and I'm playing, and I look, and she's just closer and closer and closer. So I step around the machine, and I told Risha, I said, this lady just keeps getting closer and closer to me. It's, oh, you're full of it. I said, well, she was already down at the other end. I said, now she's about halfway.
Was that Tiny Shorts?
No, that's a different one.
Okay.
he gets into a lot of trouble. Oh, that's a different one.
Well, she did have some kind of tiny shorts though.
No,
that was red shorts.
Oh, okay.
So we got ready to move to another machine, and Risha walked around, and she's about me to her away from me on the machine beside me. I said, I told you. And yeah, she was almost showing 2 pairs of cheeks. But there was another one. I went up to get us a bottle of water. They got like a round bar thing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you can come in.
I had to watch that.
And I walked up there, and she had this little tiny mini skirt on, and she turned and moved her legs. So her whole
butt
tiny
was facing him
is out. So I get the water, and I go back, and I'm rolling, and I'm telling her about it. She don't believe me, so I had to go back up to the bar, and she's facing the other way. And as soon as I get there, she changes positions. She's standing over there, tears running down her face. She's laughing so hard.
It was a joke.
Yeah. She said, I can't take you anywhere. I just went to get a bottle of water. I don't know what you want me to do. But she has the same thing.
Someplace like that. And like I said, some women will be like, out up next to him or whatever. And I'll just like lean in, and I might kiss him or whatever. I'll say, hey, handsome, you want to go home with me? And of course, he's like, well, sure. And that woman looks like, I'm like, honey, if you wait, you're going to be out of a date. He's looking at me like.
Night, Ken. Thanks for coming in, brother. Yeah.
Oh.
He'll be listening as he drives. I've got mine on. All right, T. But yeah, we've had some wild incidents.
Yeah.
And I'm always trying to mind my own business, but it doesn't pay off for me.
Risha, when we get together, we're going to send Rick and Beard out, and then we're just going to follow them with cameras.
Oh, yes. You get all kinds of content.
One thing we've never done since we've been married is go to an establishment, because I know that's going to end up in hitting the gravel pile with somebody. So,
but I'm usually the one. He's the easygoing one. I'm the one that's like, I'm in your face. He's usually having to drag me out of places.
Well, I don't drink, so
yep.
That's the scary part. I don't either.
We had an event a few years ago for my niece's husband. We had one of the guys, Glenn Guystoff, Swamp People, came up to do a benefit because he had cancer. He ended up passing away before the event anyway. But we had this event. Glenn came up to raise money to help with medical costs and stuff. So I was his personal bodyguard. And the people that brought him up didn't want him drinking. So my sister went and snuck him out of the hotel, and we went to this establishment. I guess we did go to an establishment together.
Yeah.
That one, I forgot about that. So they're coming and taking orders, and I told them I wanted a soda pop, and they're like, what? I said, I want a pop or some water. And they act like they'd never heard of anybody ordering that in an establishment like that. So I had to keep an eye on him the whole time. And then when we had the event,
your eyes were on me too.
Well, yeah, you were inebriated beyond control. There was a friend of his from Canada come down, and you talk about somebody that can drink.
I can't remember his name.
I can't either, but he brought these cigarettes from Canada, and they were what back then, $12 a pack
Yeah.
or 15 a pack for these fancy cigarettes, and he's passing them out like candy
And
till
they
he went
open
through.
from the side.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
He went through 3 or 4 packs, and he's like, "Hey, I got to quit doing that." But he would get Long Island iced tea in a pitcher, and he would get 2 pitchers, and he would pour some in a glass, and he would pour some in her glass,
Trying to keep them even.
and he would take a drink and he'd hold them up, and if one there was more in this one, the other one, he'd put a little more in hers, and he wanted them to go down at the same time. And then she was doing Jello shots and all that.
Jaeger.
I practically had to carry her.
And I ended up with one of his pictures.
Yeah.
And you can't remember his
So
name.
the event was the next morning.
Oh,
So we
geez.
get up to go to the event.
I didn't make it.
Yeah, the event started at like 8 or 9 in the morning. I think around 4 o'clock that afternoon, she finally made it there.
Awesome, Jody. Awesome.
Orange dreamsicle. Oh,
Oh,
chocolate caramel. My faves.
Yeah, he had a. Was it that night that, or no? That was a different night. Never mind. It was the next afternoon when I met y'all over there.
Yeah, about 4 o'clock in the
Well, I
afternoon.
was still drunk when I woke up.
Oh
so-
yeah. And I didn't have any
I
cash
couldn't
on me,
drive.
so when I got there, I'm there all day with no money to buy any food. And I'm messaging her, "Hey, can you come bring some money?" "Hi, Rob. Thanks for coming in, buddy."
Rob.
I said, "Can you bring me some money so I can get something to eat?" No answer, no answer, no answer. Finally, her friend loaned me $20 so I could get some food. I was about to starve to death, but it was a fun time. If you guys haven't checked out Mr. FL Thunderding with Rob, go check him
Great
out.
channel.
He
Oh,
does
I love
Thursday
Rob.
nights with
Awesome
Digging It
content.
Back Charlie, and he also has his Sunday morning stream. A lot of great folks in there. Jody
Yeah, when
said,
I get down to Florida, we were down there this summer. I mean, this fall, or this winter. Let me slow down so my
Yeah.
brain can catch up.
Rob got his too.
Awesome. That's great,
We
Rob.
they had a hunt, and I knew Charlie and all of them was going to be there. So me and my son, we drove out there so that we could meet them. Guess who didn't show up? Mr.
Uh-oh.
Rob. So I didn't get to meet Rob, but
Oh.
hopefully when I get back down there, I'm going to go meet him. If nothing else, just go out and have a bite to eat and say, hey,
You're welcome,
And,
Rob. I got the pleasure of meeting Mr. Rob. He stopped by. Shane was up here, and he stopped to meet up with Shane. They were going to go on to Kansas City, where his sister lives. Rob's sister lives, and took him back a metal detecting, and he was able to get a bucket lister pretty soon after we got there.
He drove all the way to Missouri.
Yeah. He said he come up late Saturday evening. Yeah, he drove all the way to Missouri, but he said it was worth the drive because he got a bucket lister he was after for quite some time, and it was an awesome bucket lister too.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons too we're excited about the meetup and stuff, because Rick's not even been magnet fishing with us in Florida that much, have you?
no, just that one time.
Just with one time down there with us when
With
we
the-
went with two brothers.
with the two brothers.
And so he's used to the little creeks and stuff around here. So when he starts pulling out the good stuff, I want to see his face. I mean, I haven't pulled out all the great stuff, but I've gotten a fishing rod, a knife, and and some stuff like that. But I want to see his face. I
Yeah.
know he's going to be more addicted than, And
ready
if he
for you,
pulls the
Rob.
caltrop out before me, y'all better get a life jacket ready because he may be in the water.
He's going in.
If I pull a call trip out before you do, I'm going to show you when I'm way away from the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rob, next time you're up through this way, brother. Hi, Johnny.
Hi,
Mr.
Johnny.
Hey,
Small
Johnny.
Pepper.
Oh, if I pull one out of the water, you don't have to look to see it. You will hear it.
Yep.
If you guys haven't checked out Johnny Small Pepper, go check him out. He eats some unbelievably
Crazy
hot
stuff.
peppers.
Yeah.
I like
mouth
hot
burns
stuff,
watching
but
him.
my hot doesn't compare to Johnny's hot.
No.
Yeah, Rob,
Yeah.
we need to go back over there. Risha and I haven't even been to that field in 6 or 8 months,
Yeah.
maybe longer. We haven't hit it a lot since we were there.
Mm-mm.
We've been back 3 or 4 times, but that field's big enough that we haven't covered near all of it. Plus, I talked to the guy that got me permission for that field and asked him about doing the rest of the property because there's actually 3 properties there. He said, oh, they didn't specify, so you can go wherever you want. And one part of it is a lot of trash. Risha hates it, but that's where I found my favorite detecting relic. And we were going there one day, and she's dreading it. I said, there might be gold and silver there. There ain't no gold and silver there. So I dig up a belt buckle that had rose gold, yellow gold,
Yeah.
and sterling silver on it. I said, see.
That was before the punk words. So it's some older words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She used more adult words.
Yep.
But yeah, that's where I found that buckle, and I found my favorite find as far as like a relic.
It's like if he's got to show you up, does he have to do it all in one item? You know?
I know, right?
You know, she gets aggravated sometimes, and of course we both do. Because there's days she finds really cool stuff. There's days I find really cool stuff. And there's some days we both find some really cool stuff. We went Saturday morning to a permission that she got. I encouraged her because there's a for sale sign on this lot with some big old trees and stuff. And I encouraged her to call them, and she got us permission for this lot. And we went there once, and I think I found a Wheatie and stuff, but the mosquitoes in there were just horrible. So we got up early Saturday morning. We hit the curb strip, and we went back in that spot, went over a little bit farther, and we found some really cool stuff. Didn't find much for coinage, but we found some really cool, I guess, not an artifact, I guess, but
No, it's really cool though.
But some primitive stuff that we thought was really cool. I found something that if I would have known at the time what it was, I would have been way more excited. I'll have to send Rob a picture of it. When I got home and cleaned it up, of course, when I found it, it was still kind of dark. We went early in the morning while it was cool. And when I got home and I cleaned it up and I started reading what it said, I'm like, surely not. But to me, it was really a really cool find, and she found some cool stuff. And then we did hit a curb strip, another curb strip. We went to a park, and we're going to hit the tot lots. And of course, little kids start piling in, and she's sitting down on the bench. So I walk over on the curb strip after watching Mr. Rob hit these curb strips. What?
Nothing. I didn't say
Girl
no.
talk.
Oh, I'm trying to find that picture real fast so I can send it to Rob.
Oh yeah.
Have a wonderful night. Love you too.
Night,
Auntie.
Auntie Mama. Love you.
Night, Mama. Much love.
Great
If you
channel.
have not checked out Auntie Mama, go check her out. She's on early in the mornings.
One of the sweetest souls I've ever seen.
She is a sweetheart, and she will brighten your day because she just lifts your spirits.
I'll
Okay,
definitely go check her out for sure.
Rob
Off to
does
work.
strip a lot on the curb.
Rob strips on the curb a lot. I sent you the picture of what I found and what it is, Rob. It's more cleaned up now than when I took the picture.
Did you send him an undug one? The undug picture of one?
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's one of those
Good.
things you see people find on rare occasion and something I never dreamed I
I
would
never
find.
knew they existed.
And when I come in the house, she was outside on the porch, and I come in the house and I scrubbed it a little bit, and I got the little eyeglass thing out, and I looked, and I come back out. I went out there and I said, if this is what I think it is, I'm going to freak out a little bit.
Oh my
There's
goodness.
Mama's channel if you haven't checked her out. And also, if you don't know that if you're blue, all you have to do is touch another channel that's blue, and you can go right to their channel and subscribe.
That's awesome, T.
I'm going over to hers right now. In the
I don't think I made it in there this morning, but I made it in yesterday morning. I try to watch Annie Mama as much as I can. But she's an
I've
early
already
bird.
got her. Oh,
Night, Johnny. Thanks for coming in.
Some of the stuff she cooks just.
Yes, she cooks some really cool stuff too.
well, that's what I want to learn. Cook some different stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
I've gotten into the habit of using my pressure cooker, my Instapot thing. Oh my God, I
Mhm.
love that thing. And so I'm looking for different recipes and different things for that, you know.
Yeah. We haven't gotten one of those yet. We have a air fryer that I like. I use it quite a bit.
Yeah, you used to.
There's Loretta. Hi, Loretta.
Hi, Loretta. Yes, you got
Hi.
that air fryer because that was the newest, greatest thing, and she used that thing every night for a
Yeah.
Well,
while.
now somebody grills on his new grill, so
I got a pellet grill probably 5 or 6 months ago. I love that
Hi,
pellet
Loretta.
grill. I'd grill on that every night if I had something to grill.
Yeah. Now, see, that's what we got, the air fryer. And then we got the Instapot. And I'm learning, my whole thing is simple and easy, you know. And that's like the other night, he asked what he was having for dinner. And I told him, he's like, well, can we put some of the corn on the cob that we got in the I'm like, sure. We got some in the freezer. We'll put it in there. Well, I just rolled it up and I just threw it on top. There's little steaks in there. And he's like, well, where's the corn? I said, in the pot. And he's like, what? Yep, I just put my little divider on there and then just stacked the corn on top of everything.
But yeah, I'm gonna do solo layout real fast so Loretta
Yeah,
can
yeah,
get
yeah.
a good look
Loretta,
at.
I'm dressed up for Halloween. You know, it's what is it, August still?
Yeah.
So it's basically Halloween.
Well, I've got to
Every
ask
day
you, what
for
do
her
you use to
is
take that off?
Halloween.
Every day.
Every day is Halloween.
Oh, what'd you do?
I hit the
Wow.
wrong one.
Yeah. What do you use to take that off?
I'm gonna have
Is
to
it-
use some baby wipes, maybe some paint thinner. I don't know.
Paint thinner. I'm gonna say paint thinner, gasoline.
I think it'll
Well,
come
I'll
off
tell you,
wet wipes and then just like soap and water for the rest.
So
the best
some of
thing I
you
ever
getting in
was
here a
they
little
were-
bit later, if you didn't
Yeah.
hear, evidently I heard plans in the making with Angie and Risha going to do a live where you have to be made up in a Halloween theme of some sort to come up on the panel.
Acetone.
Yeah.
Oh my. I'll be passed to have a
I'll tell you what, Mary Kay has makeup remover.
mm-hmm.
That is like absolutely the best. They even use it on these color runs, you know, those color palette that they hit you with and stuff.
Yeah.
It's hard to get washed off.
Mm-hmm.
It takes it off with one swipe. I mean,
Wow.
so it is really good. So
I need to write Benny tonight too about a Poseidon.
Oh yeah.
Oh, don't.
Well,
Okay, now he's pulling out the big wigs.
What?
He's got the Kratos magnets.
Oh,
Yeah. I got Amazon specials.
Well, if you guys don't have anything different by the time you meet us, we're all going to have extra magnets you can use. So,
Yeah. Well, I look at it like this too. I could cry. I mean, I've lost 2 magnets since I've started
Yeah.
magneting. So I don't have to cry over a $60 or $70
yep.
magnet,
Mhm.
but a couple of $100 magnet, oh, I would be devastated.
Yeah. Yeah.
now you can get the Helios kit, and I forget now how much the Helios kit is, but you can use. I've got a discount code. A lot of
Yeah.
people have a discount code and get 12% off, and that is a strong little magnet. It's 1,400 pounds, but I pulled a sign up. Benny sent me one to do a video to try this magnet out, and the sign pole was over 7 foot high, and the sign itself was about 2.5 foot by over 3 foot wide. I pulled out on
Wow.
the side of that little magnet.
Oh.
So it's a
See,
really
I-
strong.
I always
I had
have
started out. I'd actually signed up with Kratos. I've got the shirt and stuff, and I had the discount, but I would
Cool.
never use anything because I wasn't using a Kratos. I'm not going to pretend that I'm using a Kratos when I'm not. I didn't want to be
Right.
false advertisement for them. But
Yeah,
but
but
in
we-
a lot of my videos, you'll see me hinting toward to a Kratos, or I'll be like, "Hey, Benny, I could have got that if I'd had a Kratos." Or so I'm
Yeah.
trying to drop the name as much as possible.
Yeah.
Well,
And,
Ben will tell you himself, he doesn't care what magnet you use because we're all got the same end goal, and it's cleaning the waterways up.
Yeah.
Well, matter of fact, our giveaway we did last week, Miss Charlie won a Kratos magnet set kit.
Wow. That's awesome.
I just mentioned it to, I just emailed him and he's like, sure, no problem,
Yeah.
And so, matter of fact, that got put out in the mail to her today, and
That's awesome. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Helios or the Artemis or powerhouse magnets, they aren't too hard on the wallet. Well, this bridge that we go to quite a bit, there's some stuff in there that you can use the Titan, that you can feel it coming up off the bottom. But once it gets up so far, it lets go. It's just not quite strong enough to lift some of the stuff up.
And some of it's just too slimy.
Yeah. I mean, last time we was up there, she got a heavy item.
Yeah.
I finally got it out. Then I got something heavy, and I never got to see it because I had to walk it down this bridge, and you have to kind of reach over the bridge. And the last little pier thing there jetties out about 4 or 5 inches. And every time I'd get it to that and try to reach over, it would bump it and knock it off. So I know where it's at, but I was just completely give out after fighting with that thing she had.
yeah.
Find the big stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, she's on the same
And then I
side,
can't pull it up.
the same side of the bridge as I'm on. And I mean, you had to be there to believe it, but she's on the same side of I'm on. She's like, I'm going to go to the other side and get something heavy. She goes to the other side.
Boom.
Babe, I got something heavy. Very first throw. And I spent an hour getting it out. And there was a couple on some electric bikes stopped. And that man helped me some. When I had to regrip, he said, I'll hold it. And I'm like, it's heavy. And he's like, oh, okay, I got it. And he'd be like, oh, it is heavy. It's heavy. But people don't realize you can take a 30-pound object and you're like, 30 pounds is nothing. You put that on a little bitty rope and you're having to squeeze that rope to pull it up. That makes a big difference
Yeah.
on it.
It's dead weight. It is like, yeah.
But she found
See, like
something cool. It was a bucket lister, I think, for both of us. And I'm glad she got it.
So that's what I'm looking forward to doing. Like I said, I was tickled to death. Me and my son had been out to this one dock like a month before that. And then me and my cousin went out and I pulled out a fishing rod. I'm like saying it's new. And he's like, how do you know it's new? I said, I was just here a month ago. And you could tell it wasn't rusted. It weren't,
Nice.
and he just
I'm
took
finding those.
because it was an open faced reel and it had a bird's nest in it. So he just straightened it out. Next thing you know, he's just casting away with it. He's like, this is good. I was like, yeah, that's going in my building too.
Yep. Well, we've been on here for an hour and a half. I think we'll probably get off here tonight. We want to thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us. And if you want to hang out after we stop the live, you're more than welcome. We can visit some more.
I'm going to kiss your whole face and get this all over.
I don't need that on my face. Once again, we want to thank Clay and Jen. You guys are looking for hats, shirts, anything like that. I want to thank Jay also from Jay Don't Play. I won this on her live, and Jen made me one too with the Iron Antler.
Jen is the bomb diggity with the merch.
And they sent us some
And
new
she's awesome.
Iron Antler stickers.
Yeah, she made us our coffee mugs for our giveaway.
Cool.
And they're beautiful. And I told her, I said, when I get money, yeah, I am definitely going to be ordering some stuff.
Yeah.
Because she does great work.
And we want to thank Mega Dog again.
Yes.
Risha, we were in a live and he was giving away these, what's it called?
Gym bags.
Gym bags. And he sent her that plus pay dirt and a lot of stuff. Some silver and possibly a little gold coin. We're going to have to get the microscope out and read what that says.
I can't imagine anybody would give away a gold coin.
Some people do.
But I didn't think he would send silver either. So
yeah.
That was
So
awesome.
we don't know. So thank you for that.
Oh yeah, I'll make sure he takes his glasses off. He'll never
He'll
get
go
this
to work tomorrow and his beard will be all red. And they're like, what happened to you? Oh, Risha punched me in the mouth and it blood stained.
Well, I do have 2 different videos out there for Breast Cancer Awareness Month where we went to Jeeping for a Cure where my beard is pink.
bright pink.
I colored it pink 2 different times for that.
It washed right out too, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But thank you all again. Much love to each and every one of you.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night we have Ohio River history. Also,
You're welcome, Ann.
I
No
think.
problem.
Yeah, Ann, you're welcome. It's good to see you in here.
Yeah.
And well, I think Nate does live tomorrow night.
Okay.
I can't
Cape
remember.
Cod, I think he does.
Kind of
Cape
out
Cod
of the loop.
is on right before Shane does.
Well, back beginning of December, we had to take her mom in for a few months, and so that has disrupted the thing we've done.
We're still not entirely in a routine like we were before
Right.
that.
Then we were having to drive 3 hours to go see her, and we did that every other weekend. And now we got her 10 minutes away, which is a help, but we're still doing things and taking care of things. So
Yeah.
we love you all.
But like
And
I
you,
said, no
Rick.
matter what, families first,
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for coming up. We've enjoyed talking
Yeah.
to you.
Good
We
talking
will
to
see
you.
you all
Meeting you.